So 2023 was just a disaster for PayPal. I mean, during a year where every stock seemed to go up from 40% to 400%, PayPal went the exact opposite direction. So let's discuss the major points for PayPal stock in 2024 that are going to absolutely impact the stock price the most. And of course, I'll tell you guys exactly where I see the stock price going in 2024 for PayPal. So make sure you like the video if you like getting the truth without the hype. And if you want to be financially free and retire early, make sure you check out the pinned comment down there for my new channel, where that's all we talk about over there is strategies and ways to become financially independent and retire early. All right, so before we jump into PayPal, let's discuss some controversy here with my channel. There's something I want to address with you guys right here. And please just hear me out, and then you can go down, blast me down in the comments all you want afterwards, but at least hear me out. And I appreciate Gamer Clowns for basically bringing this to my attention and having a very reasonable discussion about it in the comment section of one of my previous videos there. So thank you very much. That's very, very helpful to me as a creator. So let me be very clear for all you guys out there. I refuse to send you guys on an emotional roller coaster all up and down. I refuse to just wildly speculate about all sorts of things that are going on out there on the internet and every other place like that. And I'm not just going to create new strategies to create more interesting content, just like a lot of the big guys do that get a lot more views. And I refuse to do that to get more views, more likes, and to grow my channel bigger. I'm sorry, I just can't do it. Content creation basically aligns perfectly with trading, with all the Kramers and all the Kramer wannabes out there in the world, and with all the Wall Street shenanigans that go on out there with Wall Street. They marry together perfectly, and it evokes emotions, which is what Wall Street wants you to have more importantly than anything else. And from a content creation perspective, if you can create that emotion, it is scientifically proven to grow an audience and keep them coming back and wanting more. But it runs completely contradictory to long-term buy and hold strategies and other proven winning strategies that I personally have used that we discuss right here on this channel. And I am not compromising my integrity or you guys out there with information just simply to grow an audience. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry. Now, having said all that, I agree. I can absolutely get better, and I can do that without having to compromise those things like we just discussed. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do daily. And here, let me give you guys a few examples. For example, I agree, I could just make more engaging content. And I agree, I can start trying to cover other stocks outside of the normal ones that we do and kind of start to broaden that horizon a little bit. I can find ways to present the information better and get you guys honest and genuine takes on stocks that I know and that I understand. And of course, if you guys have any feedback, please leave it down in the comment section down there, or any other ideas or anything else like that. I love feedback like that. You know, if you want to tell me you suck too, or I suck too, hey, that's fine. Go for it. That doesn't bother me either, really. But, you know, if you want me to actually change some things or do some things better, giving me the constructive feedback is what helps with all that. And I'm sure other creators would appreciate that too. All right, so let's get back on to PayPal here and let's discuss, actually for me, there's really two big reasons that are going to actually move PayPal stock this year. There's actually a lot going on around PayPal, but there's two major themes that are going to absolutely dictate where PayPal goes in 2024. So let's talk about those, and then we'll jump over to exactly where I see the stock price going in 2024, which of course, as we all know with PayPal, man, it has been a wild ride the past couple of years. We'll talk about that here in just a second, but first let's get to these points. So point number one is, does Alex deliver? Look, those of you guys that follow this stock, you know he laid out a giant vision for 2024. It's not a small undertaking that he's trying to do. It is an absolutely massive undertaking with not only some incredible payoffs, but that also comes with a lot of risk as well. So we have to see, can he deliver on all the big promises that he's asked for and has put out there for us so far? Now, so far, he has absolutely delivered, but we are very, very early. We're like in the first inning of the 9 innings, guys. We are very, very early in this journey. And so we've got to see it because he's got to execute throughout the entire year. Not just right here at the beginning, not just with a lot of words and a lot of the low-hanging fruit per se that he's kind of picked off right off the top there. It's a lot of things that have to happen, and he has to deliver on those promises. Also keep in mind, we are going to see some short-term pain for long-term gain. So again, can he deliver on that, one? And two, can he effectively message that short-term pain and message it in such a way that everybody can clearly see the long-term gain from the short-term pain, which will keep the traders at bay and maybe help the money continue to flow into PayPal. Now, if he does a poor job of selling that, guess what happens? You see short-term pain, you're going to see short-term pain in the stock price too. So can he effectively not only execute, but message during those times when we see some pain where it's absolutely going to pay off? That messaging right there has to be clear. If it's not clear, we could be in trouble this year with PayPal stock. And point number two, how long does it take Wall Street to buy it? As we've all seen, Wall Street has tiptoed cautiously around this stock. I don't think there's any doubt in anybody's mind that it's a great company. It's a large company. There's a lot of opportunity there. There's a lot of just steady opportunity there. But given the execution, given where kind of, fintech in general kind of went last year and the year before, there's a lot of caution around this stock. So how long is it going to take for Wall Street to start buying into this stock? We've seen a little bit of buying, just a teeny, tiny touch, but we need large buy-in for Wall Street. And how long is it going to take for us to get there? That's the key question that we got to answer this year, because this isn't an easy job, an easy deal. There's been a lot of upheaval that has happened. And more importantly, it's going to take a lot of time for that upheaval to actually take root and actually provide some fruit for us as investors and for us to actually see it in the financials. So how long does it take Wall Street to come to this? And no, it's not going to be like Meta, where that right there was a much easier turnaround. It was much easier to see, and you could see immediately massive big payoffs with what Zuck was doing. So he had a much easier job, and it was much easier for Wall Street to buy into that very, very quickly because it was very, very easy to see. It was not like this one where there's basically a complete upheaval of the company like we're seeing with PayPal. So does Wall Street take 6 months, a couple quarters to buy in? Do they buy in after the first quarter? Do they not even buy in until the fourth quarter? All of those obviously are going to make a large difference. They buy in first quarter versus fourth quarter. That makes a massive difference in where PayPal goes this year. So that is absolutely something I'm watching, is when does Wall Street start to actually buy into what's happening with Alex and with the team over there at PayPal. So basically, unlike every other stock that we talk about here on this channel, PayPal has been ridiculously hard to predict over the past couple of years. I mean, obviously in 2021, whenever it had its rocket ship up and it was part of the hype run, it was so easy to see it was coming down. Now, I had no idea it was going all the way down to 50. That wasn't even on my radar. So obviously I went too early, just like a lot of you guys went too early too, because that was just unfathomable. But I definitely thought 2023 was going to be its year, given how large the beatdown was in 2022. And I was wrong. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I was completely wrong. It just got destroyed even further in 2023, which of course makes 2024 kind of line up for, you think it's going to go up, right? That's kind of what you would think, but I thought the same thing in 2023 and thought, man, this just can't get any worse. And that's exactly what happened. It got a lot worse in 2023. So looking out here at 2024, whenever I kind of look at the landscape for PayPal, and trust me, guys, I put a lot of thought into this. I won't say I changed my mind a lot, but I definitely, just wasn't confident in the answer that I had for this. And it took me a while to get to a confident place with this particular stock. Other stocks, it's pretty easy for me to sit down, look at everything, and kind of get a general idea as to where things are going, or at least my opinion on where things are going. Of course, your opinion's worth, just as much as anybody else's opinion out there. But nonetheless, it took me a little while to really get there. So I actually couldn't get there all the way to just one number. So I'm actually going to give you guys two different scenarios for where I see PayPal going this year. The first one, and the most probable one, to be perfectly honest, is we continue to march up one leg at a time. And we actually just saw this already happening. I mean, we went from, almost, right around $50 or so up over 60, and we're holding that line at 60, that first leg up, we're holding that line right there. So I think as they continue to execute, assuming they continue to execute, we continue to see this stock continue to take legs up and slowly start to march up as they continue to perform and execute. And as more and more of Wall Street comes around, not any crazy hype run, no, repeat of, any craziness that happened last year with a lot of stocks that returned 200, 300, 400%, whatever the case was. Not going to see anything like that, but just a steady drive up. And I would not be surprised if that steady drive up puts us by the end of the year right around $90 or so. We kind of flirt with that line right there. Maybe we flirt with 100. I don't want to go that far yet. I don't know, depending. I think that we're going to have bumps in the road in terms of earnings and in terms of other things. Again, that's where that messaging from the CEO is so important. So I definitely would say we kind of flirt right there with that $90 line there by the end of the year is kind of where I see PayPal going. But there is another possibility here. So let's talk about that second possibility. And that is that PayPal runs big. Basically, Alex executes, the management team executes to perfection. Wall Street figures it out, gets behind it, and we see a big run in the stock. Now, I just caution, slow down. Well, I guess I should have said this up front. Slow down before we get too far wild and too far out of context here. We're not going to see a Meta style run. We're not going to see an Nvidia style run. PayPal is not nearly as strong as those companies, and the turnaround and the earnings gains are not going to be as ridiculous as those gains were in those stocks. So I'm not calling that sort of run at all, but getting up over 100, maybe even seeing a double up to me would not be out of the realm of possibility. And remember, get 2021 and all the other ridiculousness, even last year, out of your heads. Those were all anomalous years. During a normal market year, getting a almost double up or a double up in a stock is an incredible year in the stock market and an incredible run in a stock. So I don't think that is out of the realm of possibility either. But no, I don't see it going to 200 or 300 or anything crazy like that next year. I mean, I'll take it if it does. That would be wonderful. But then I'd have to wonder, is it some sort of hype run or what else happened? I mean, unless the management team can just turn it around way faster and just all of a sudden create EPS and revenue growth like crazy. Outside of something like that, it's probably a hype run. And at that stage, we got a whole different problem. But again, it's a good problem to have. So those right there are kind of the two where I see PayPal running this year. And if you want to see all my buys in PayPal, see my updated watch list complete with price targets for stocks like PayPal and a lot of other stocks like that, make sure you check out the pinned comment down there for my group where you get to see all those buy and sell alerts in real time. You get to take 5 courses for free, use our stock analyzer tool for free, be a part of the best 6, 7, and 8-figure Discord out there. We have so much going on, guys. We got live events going on for the group. We got a lot of other things that have yet to be announced that are coming to the group as well. So make sure you check out the pinned comment down there and see if a membership's right for you. And click this video here if you want to see exactly what I'm buying in this market. And click here to see my exact plan for this market. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.